We know that politics is one of the most controversial issues and tasks in the world, and to become government officials is not an easy task and obligation because we are doing our utmost effort not for ourselves but we are serving for the people who are the true and original managers of the government because we as a public servant, whether we are elected public servant or by virtue of our office as bureaucrats, the true government authorities are the people, and the authority of public servants are vested and delegated to them as a representative of the people. That's why they are called public servants. All of these issues and topics are the concern in either topics in political science and public administration and other field related to management. But before we continue, let me introduce my YouTube channel. Thank you. Enjoy viewing. Reading. This is a simple yet interesting and important topic for those who like to always learn new things or to acquire additional ideas and lessons. But before we continue, let me introduce myself and about my YouTube channel. Hi to all new viewers, thank you for viewing and please subscribe and don't forget and click the notification bell so that you'll always be advanced to my new video vlogs. And to all my subscribers, thank you. I'll continue doing all my best and utmost effort to share you about life, environment, music, and travel. In life, I included educational and academic vlogs with aim to amuse, to entertain, and to inform, and to inspire. Thank you. Enjoy viewing. Hi YouTubers, whether we are planning to run as political candidate in a barangay to serve the public to become a barangay official, town officials, or for higher government officials to become a public servant, or to hold office or to become a government employee in the future, we have to have a background theory or experience to know public administration, and this course or subject is one of prerequisite subject in political science and other social sciences and managerial courses to be taken in college before you graduate or must take the subject before completing bachelor's degree. Bachelorship is not mean all bachelor. Because every group or organizations cannot accomplish goals or they cannot achieve goals individually, people from an organization for any aim or office and people's participation in government is unavoidable. Because as the saying goes, no man is an island, is true. Although we are living alone in a jungle or desert, we need companion and this is the role of the government and people's participation. And in office and public administration has become the important tool of government in the performance of achieving its function. Public administration is never static. It is a dynamic organ of government which is always ready to answer the needs to changes and time in society. In other words, it is not an institution only to generate funds through taxes, but to spot problems needed to be solved and not the government funds are being divided and needed to be being divided for the needs of the time. Politics and public administration are interrelated and interwoven. In fact, not in each other. Public administration is a productive partner of politics in barangay in bringing affairs of government to the people. What is public administration? And public administration is related and interconnected with politics. And we know that one of the most controversial issues is politics, whether we speak of a political issue or seeking a solutions to social problems, and how the government appropriations and funds are to be being distributed to different needs and purposes of the people. All of these are political issue, although with economics and financial matters of concern. But this is a problems of public administration, which is defined as government in action. Government in action in the sense that it is the government that is responsible for, or answerable for the problems of the people, of how to respond and to address the problems and needs of society. Politics, government, and public administration are interrelated and cannot function without the other. So they are interwoven with each others. In other words, public administration aims must be practically analyzed, its main focus of planning, to really spot the true needs of the people and the society must be clear in order and direct to solve problems and to advance its appropriation, to be prepared for the future needs, and to address what should be the real questions to be solved. Dr. Josepilio Bereza continues to analyze that, on the other hand, the ability of public administration to do its functions for the people can be improved if there is public awareness of why and how these functions are being performed. Dr. Levereza added that by the nature of its functions, The government should be ready to answer the call of both the nation as a whole and the people as individuals. According to Dr. Jose P. Liberiza, public administration is never static. It is a dynamic organ of governments which keeps on responding to the requirements of the times. Public administration is an important partner in politics in bringing the affairs of government to the people. Because public administration is commonly defined as government in action, Raul P. de Guzman said, "Wherever there is government, there is public administration." He continued that I refers to cooperative human action to achieve the purpose of government. Public administration alerts the people or the office for action. Leonard D. White defined public administration as concerned with action, in particular concrete situations, but in accordance with long-range objectives. Public administration in handling of public policies produce the different administrative structures of government into one organ of administration. In this, it understood its connection to such public policies and accepted management principle and practices prevailing at the time. Primo L. Tunco differentiated administration and administrative services. According to him, the term government embraces the totality of all institutions, theory, which the state carries out its will. Administration is the aggregate of those persons in whose hands the reins of the government are placed for the time being, while administrative services refers to aggregate of governmental agencies that are important to manage on government day-to-day work. These agencies do the ordinary scientific and technical aspects of the machinery of the government that are important to manage on its daily factors or functions. Dr. Jose P. Riberiza described that most of politicians have proved themselves to be responsible and dedicated public officials who can be relied upon to do their share in bringing about a strong and stable government whose programs are acceptable to the people. In some situations, they interfere with public administrators in many aspects of public administrations. This causes obstacles in public administration. It is in where public administration calls for not only the active participation of the politicians, but also of all sectors of society, if it is to succeed in winning the many administrative and socio-economic problems of the nation. The involvement of all sectors of society in the existence of the nation is an imperative requirement for national survival as well as for the achievement of national pride. As Dr. Liberiza analyzed that it is certainly difficult to define public administrative or administration in one sentence or one paragraph. Dwight Waldo considers the effect of such definition in this way. The immediate effect of all one sentence or one paragraph definition of public administration is mental paralysis rather than enlightenment and stimulation. This is because a serious definition of the term inevitably contains several abstract words or phrases. In short, these abstract words or phrases can be explained only by abstract words and phrases, and in the process the reality and importance of it become fog and lost. Other social scientists share the view of Waldo. They presented in the form. Now, what is the scope of public administration? According to Robert Prestos, public administration is about the institutional structure of government, its socio-economic and political environment, and actions or attitudes of the individuals who drive the bureaucratic machinery or machine. And Prestos continues that public administration is about administration that is happening under the government machineries. And what is administration? Barry M. Richman and Melvin when define administration as relating to an organization or organizational process concerned with implementation of purposes and plans and internal operating efficiency. It is a bureaucratic building and response of action, relatively routine decision-making and maintenance of status quo. Leonard D. White defined public administration as a process which is the same to all group effort, public or private, civil, military, large-scale or small-scale. It is a process at work in a department store, bank, a university or high school, a railroad, hotel or a city government. And this, Brock Adam connects administration to coordination. And according to him, administration is the ability of coordinating many and often opposing social energies in single organism, so expertly that these shall act as one. This take for granted the power of acknowledging a series of relations between many special social interests, with all of which no man can be intimately recognized. It is possible no very highly specialized class can be strong in this intellectual quality because of the intellectual isolation incident to specialization, and yet an administration or generalization is not the faulty upon which social strength rests, but is possibly the highest faculty of the human mind. Government's ability to perform its functions, however, stays with its public administration being harmonized to the realities of the time. By the nature of its functions, the government should attentive to the needs of both the nation as a whole and the people as individuals. And what is management? We can determine or know what is management by observing and knowing the member of the organization. And according to simple analysis that to know what is the best qualification of a manager is the word itself. Manage or man of age. Age means not their chronological age necessarily, but more importantly is their longer years of experience, background, or even education and working experience. Peter F. Drucker said the management, which is the organ of society, is specifically charged with making resources productive, that is, with the responsibility for organized economic advance. In other words, management is designed to have people with good hands who will handle the food on the table, or, or the best cook to prepare the food. Harold Counts and Cyril O'Donnell have suggested that the field of management defined in the light of able and discerning managers' frame of reference, because theoretical science unrelated to the practical art it is designed to serve is unlikely to be productive. The term manager refers to either a person or position, or as a person it refers to someone who occupies a position or someone who performs a job. As a position refers to the manager's organizational superiority in the hierarchy of authority. Is public administration an art or a science? Art, as defined by Perfecto Season, is expertise in the practical application of knowledge acquired through study, experience of observation. Several social scientists support the view that public administration is an art, and according to White, the art of administration is the direction, coordination, and control of many persons to achieve some purpose or objective. It is a dynamic art, taking the human and physical resources available in a system of administration and bending them to the achievement of some required goal. It is the central overall disposition of forces, bringing into focus and consistency of action, elements of often widely dispersed. As a science, Season said science is the systematic accumulation of facts, their analysis and interpretation, and their use to arrive at a satisfactory conclusion. And according to Avery Laserson and Fritz Morsten Marx, a science of administration would be a body of formal statements describing invariant relationships between measurable objects, units, or elements. Unquestionably, administrative research has produced definite precepts and hypotheses that are applicable to concrete situations. But what administrators visualize as particularly valuable goes beyond that. They are interested in the techniques of systematizing the process of securing and sifting relevant information, so that the factors involved in arriving at a policy decision can be stated, and the consequences of alternatives can be analyzed and balanced. In 1920s, F.W. Wellesley admitted that there are certain basic principles in public administration that are general application the same to those describing in sciences. And in 1940s, Herbert E. Simon and Donald W. Smith Birch and Victor E. Thompson made a new approach to public administration as a science. They considered it as a science of human interaction that is possible to objective investigation and analysis related to value judgment, while Robert E. Dahl doubted about that approach. Presto's views of public administration as that the art and science of tailoring and handling out public policy. Most social scientists view that public administration is not yet a science, but to some extent it is scientific. And we can see scientific techniques in or in making decisions, as are, according to Arsenio Peter Lingdan. The question as to whether public administration is a science or not is open as it when it was first raised. However, It may in the future become more and more scientific. One might even say that further scientific truths on human behavior and interaction will be established. And many other field scientists will provide facts for the public administrator's use, but the public administrator will always be an artisan, making value judgments on the basis of these scientific truths, even though he may also be required to be a scientist. And what are the differences between public administration between private or business administration? As according to social scientists and authors, Negro and Negro said, any definition of public administration must deal with it is similar to or different from private administration. The similarities are great, for administration as a process is by no means limited to private sector. The same author mentioned by Dr. Jose P. Liberaza, uh, there are differences between public administration and private administration. In public administration, there is broad field of administration, while in private, limited field of administration. In public, official actions are based on public trust carrying legal accountability. On private, not necessarily based on public trust, limited legal accountability. In public, relatively routine decision making. In private, unlimited in decision making process. In public, maintenance of internal status quo. Private administration, dynamic entrepreneurship. Public administration, actuation subject to public criticism. Private administration, not verbally subjected to public criticism. In public administration, government corporations restricted by requirements of fiscal accountability foreign to corporate device. In private, no such restrictions. The differences between public administration and private can be seen in our National Constitution of 1987. The official actions of public administrators are based on public trust, carrying legal accountability, Section 1 of Article 11 of 1987 Constitutions of the Republic of the Philippines provide that public office is a public trust. Public officers and employees must at all times be accountable to the people, serve them with utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, act with patriotism and justice, and lead modest lives. So friends, we will continue that in the next vlogs, videos. Thank you for viewing. Webster defined production as the exertion of effort to obtain the needed goods and wealth. Cultivators, bakers, shoemakers, carpenters, merchandisers, lawyers, doctors, nurses, ministers of the gospel, teachers, midwives, janitors, waitresses, waiters, writers, cooks, farmers, servants, and bloggers are all producers as they give their gifts and services for others.